Hi, my name is Genie, and this is my podcast, Dreams to Reality. I'm also an author, and this podcast is actually based on my book, Dreams to Reality: The Four Keys to Living the Life of Your Dreams. In it, I talk about the four keys of clarity, clearing, subconscious reprogramming, and aligned action. Those are the four keys in order to manifest your dreams into reality. So the topic for today is you know me, I really like knowledge and I really like to explore. And so I'm actually a certified associate pranic healer, and I've been doing pranic healing since 2015. So what happened before that is I didn't really believe in like energy healing at all. So before I became a Buddhist, which was like maybe 15 years ago, I was very one of those people that was just by the book, didn't believe in anything outside of what I was told. I grew up in a really religious upbringing and went to a religious private school. I'm not going to talk about that religion because it's not really significant. Anyway, when I became a Buddhist, I suddenly became aware of energy. So I was introduced to Buddhism in 2007, so that long ago. What happened was I started chanting this mantra, a mantra that changed my life, and I continue to chant this up to today. It is like if I don't chant this, I don't know, it's just so easy for me to be more affected by the outside external reality. So I just really have to chant. It's like my medicine for my mind. So before that, I did not believe in like anything outside of what I was told, and everything was just woo woo stuff. But when I started meditating, I was able to suddenly sense energy. In fact, I was so freaked out maybe a month or 2 months into my meditation. It was just like I could sense energy and it was jumping like across my arms and my body, and over the course of like maybe a couple years and stuff, weird stuff happened. Like I had visions and um like time stood still. So basically at first I was freaked out because I didn't know what was going on, but looking back, I was able to access altered states of consciousness, which we all have access to actually. We have different levels of mind. If you're familiar with the Silva method, so there's alpha state, beta, which is an alert state, and then there's theta, which is the higher, like maybe that's the state of mind that I was in when time stood still. And then there's the delta, which is really the deep, deep sleep. And they say that the healing occurs on the theta. And to program your subconscious mind, you have to go through the alpha state of mind, which is relaxed, and beta is, active, alert, awake, conscious. So that's where we are most of the time. We're very, especially if you're hyper vigilant, you're in the beta stages, but doesn't mean that there aren't other altered states of consciousness or other states of your consciousness. And you can tap into it using psychedelics and maybe, natural medicine. I think the Native Americans and other tribes, they knew about this. I think especially the Native Americans, they used, I don't really know what they use. Maybe weed. I don't know. Especially in the Amazon as well. Like I think they use like psychedelic type of drugs, maybe mushrooms. I really don't know what they use, but I heard that there's a ayahuasca, and it's like this special herb that's supposed to alter your state of mind. And people that have been on the not drug, but this sort of like herbal medicine have such profound insight into their life because they've accessed higher states of mind, probably the theta, maybe the delta, who knows. And then they were able to see their lives from a different perspective. But we actually do have access naturally, and we can tap into those higher consciousnesses or higher altered state of minds. And so being a Buddhist, so it was, it's not natural because Buddhism is not my religion to start with. And it was it was, very hard to like grasp. I didn't really get it right away. Actually, it took me many years to get it because I was like, oh my God, am I losing my mind? Why am I suddenly experiencing energy? Why can I sense energy? This doesn't make sense. And why am I starting to feel vibrations? And how can I? So my intuition actually peaked. It's still peaking. And, insight, wisdom, and whatever things just started appearing, and it just didn't make sense. I was like, what is going on? And but over the years I was able to determine that we do have this ability to access other states of minds, and that's what for thousands of years people have been using it in the East. So they've been meditating in order to access higher states of minds, where because our conscious mind is actually very limited in its thinking and it only sees a certain portion of our lives. But if you're accessing higher states of consciousness, you can see mostly everything, especially from your birth, maybe your ancestors as well. And you can see patterns and you can be more aware of, you're bumping into the same wall probably for several years. Or you can see the box that you put yourself in. So anyway, I'm digressing. So since I've been pranic healer, so 2015. So even then, even after becoming a Buddhist, I was still like very skeptical because I was like, what is going on? Why can I sense energy? This is very strange, and I think I'm losing my mind. But in 2015, so I went through a stage of grief when my mom passed away, and I just noticed too at that time my energy levels were so low, and I did work with the elderly, and I felt like after what you call that, working with them, I just felt more drained and weaker, and plus the grief process as well. So at this time, I discovered pranic healing, and it literally changed my life. And at first I was like, what is this? It doesn't make sense. But then I started applying the teachings, about they believe in the energy systems, the chakras, and I did sense that sometime in 2007 that I didn't know anything about chakras at all or energy systems. I was really ignorant, but before I did know about it, I did feel something spinning in my solar plexus area, and I was like, what the hell is this? Why is it spinning? And then what is going on, And when I studied pranic healing, it started to make sense. I'm like, because chakras actually means wheel. It's an energy wheel or something. It's like a vortex or whatever you can call it. It's just a wheel of energy. And then it just clicked. I'm like, dude, this is what I felt like years ago. Like I felt that a disc was spinning inside of me, like in my solar plexus area. It doesn't make sense. I literally thought about a wheel because it was spinning like a wheel. And apparently that's how chakras work. So it really opened my eyes. Becoming a pranic healer opened my eyes, became more sensitive to energy, and I still, do healing and stuff. It's really great. It's amazing. And even when I was a pranic healer, I was still, skeptical. I'm always a skeptical person. But there was this guy, and he had chronic pain. I think he was sick with, a chronic virus. Let's just not mention what kind of virus it is, but it's a chronic virus. And he was in pain for years. So he basically told me, he came to one of our healing nights in Manhattan, and I picked his case for some reason. I was using a crystal, And it was a tiny crystal, and they said you have to use bigger ones, but I was like, I'll try my best. I'll just use this tiny crystal. And I did. And so this guy comes in, and then I worked on him, and he said, I'm in such a lot of pain. My pelvis area has been hurting me for years, and there's just no relief. So I started working on him, like doing the protocols. That's what I like about pranic healing. It's like there's steps you can follow, even if you're not really a good healer. You can just follow the steps and do the steps, and it works. So I just did it on him, like did the protocol for like chronic pain, and I kid you not, my crystal felt so warm. I'm like, it felt overheated. I was like, dude, what's going on? It is so hot. And so I told my mentor, Louisa, so she's my teacher for some of the courses that I took with them, and she said, just disinfect it with salt and water. And then, yeah, so I did treat the guy, and I didn't really think anything of it. And then I think maybe a couple days later, or maybe a week later, he actually emails my mentor, Louisa, my teacher. And Louisa showed me the email, and she said that the guy was so grateful. He said, "Oh, this product healing works. Like I went in there, on one of the healing nights on a Thursday, and then this girl worked on me, and I kid you not, like my pain disappeared, and I've had it for years." And I was like, it was one of my success stories. Although I did have a lot of success stories working with people, but I was still very skeptical. But that one really made me more confident, because I'm like, I was just following the steps. I was using a really tiny crystal, but it still made a huge difference and impact on this guy's life. And since then, I've had like healings done on me. I've had healings done on other people. I like it, and I try to use the skills that I have as often as I can. It's really, really nice, to people that are interested. Just look it up, pranic healing, and I think if you're a nurse, you can actually earn CEUs. And there's studies that have shown like there's actually like a medical doctor that is practicing and teaching this, and which is what I love. Holistic approach. Really, really, we should look into it. Not everything about Western medicine is good and great. And we should just think of other ways as well, to alleviate pain. So anyway, I'm just been really talking too much about pranic healing. So anyway, because I'm so interested in pranic healing, I actually, based on my research and just bumping into information, so I found a book. It's called Magick, Mind Magic Methods, and it's by Merlin, Starlight. And I'm still studying this, and I'm mastering this book. And since I already work with my hands, so I was really drawn to this, and I've been using some of the techniques, like deleting stuff, and working on timelines and stuff. If you think this is too woo, maybe this is too advanced for you, listen to my other episodes, yeah. But this one is maybe more advanced. So if you feel that you're not ready yet, you can stop listening, or you can still listen, and then maybe you will be interested later on. So I am so drawn to this because it actually works. I've actually been using it, and it really works, manipulating energy, but using energy to, what you call that, to manifest things. And I think I'm really gonna be studying this from cover to cover, and like really mastering the techniques I've been using, some of the techniques, and it really works. And at first I was skeptical. I'm like, dude, this is not real. But actually, I've been working on it, and it's like, yeah, it is real. So if you're drawn to energy healing and the energetic way of manifesting things, do look for the Mind Magic Methods. You can start with the simple one, the first book, this book. I actually have the audiobook, the ebook, and the actual paperback, because it's a lot of information and it will take me many months probably to learn it. But I really appreciate it, and I will probably, sorry, the book fell. I will probably be teaching it in my YouTube, because like no one's really paying much attention to this. It's I don't know how popular this method is, but I want to popularize it. I have a platform, and I'm gonna definitely be introducing it to people because I just love it, and I'm a sharer. I really like to share what I know, because like it's useless, the knowledge that I've gained. I mean, how am I gonna use it if I'm not gonna help other people? So anyway, that has been my what do you call this? That's a topic of like energy healing, using energy to manifest things, and recommending this book. Merlin Starlight is the author, not his real name for sure. And I love his method, and I'm still studying it and using it in my daily life. And yeah, thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.